praise to Yahweh, Bahoshem, Yahweh Shai, Bahoshem, Rakaha, Kwadash. Double honors to my elders, apostles, and the bishops of Great Millstone, or GMS for short. This is where I have learned this truth and where I am still learning this truth. And also shalom to the remnant and the elect of Israel. All right, Lord willing, I'm of that number. All right, so this is probably going to be an especially quick video. What this is a reading of Revelation chapter 18 in the Good News translation. All right, we're going to put this good news under the scope and see if it holds up as far as this truth goes, because it is not a question of if the truth holds up to the translation, but if the translation holds up to the truth. All right. So here we go. Revelation 18 in the GNT, or Good News translation. The heading above the chapter reads, The Fall of Babylon. This chapter speaks of Babylon the Great, okay? Which is better known to the world as America. All right. To us, it is more well known as Babylon the Great, or the future site of the lake of fire. All right. The root word of Babylon is Babel, all right, which goes back to confusion. All right. And this is the land of great confusion. Hence Babylon the Great. All right. So it reads, After this, I saw another angel coming down out of heaven. He had great authority, and his splendor brightened the whole earth. He cried out in a loud voice, She has fallen. Great Babylon has fallen. She is now haunted by demons and unclean spirits. All kinds of filthy and hateful birds live in her. And it just came across my mind that he is coming to put a whore down and to collect his bride. All right. So verse 3, it reads, For all the nations have drunk her wine, the strong wine of her immoral lust. The kings of the earth practiced sexual immorality with her, and the merchants of the world grew rich from her unstrained lust. Then I heard another voice from heaven saying, Come out, my people, come out from her. You must not take part in her sins. You must not share in her punishment. For her sins are piled up as high as heaven, and God remembers her wicked ways. Treat her exactly as she has treated you. Pay her back double for all she has done. Fill her cup with a drink twice as strong as the drink she prepared for you. Give her as much suffering and grief as the glory and luxury she gave herself. For she keeps telling herself, Here I sit a queen. I am no widow. I will never know grief. All right. This is what she says. This is the mentality of this place and the people who are joined unto her. All right. That this place is going to go on forever. All right. And things of this nature. She's the greatest country. All right. Okay. They have drank of her wine and fell for her beauty, or perceived beauty. all right, when she really is just a whore, all right, getting you drunk, all right. You got beer goggles on, all right. She looks more attractive than what she truly is, okay. Verse 8 of Revelation 18 in the Good News Translation. Because of this, in one day she will be struck with plagues, disease, grief, and famine, and she will be burned with fire, because the Lord God who judges her is mighty. The kings of the earth who took part in her immorality and lust will cry and weep over the city when they see the smoke from the flames that consume her. Thermonuclear warheads, all right, smacking the mess out of this place, man. They stand a long way off because they are afraid of sharing in her suffering. They say, how terrible, how awful. This great and mighty city, Babylon, in just 1 hour you have been punished. The merchants of the earth also cry and mourn for her, because no one buys their goods any longer. No one buys their gold, silver, precious stones, and pearls, their goods of linen, purple cloth, silk, and scarlet cloth, all kinds of rare woods, and all kinds of objects made of ivory and of expensive wood, of bronze, iron, and marble, and cinnamon, spice, incense, myrrh, and frankincense, wine and oil, flour and wheat, cattle and sheep, horses and carriages, slaves, and even human lives. And that just made me think of the border over here. All right. There's a possibility of human trafficking. All right. Along with all the other lives she has destroyed, especially the lives of Israelites, the blood of the Israelites, the saints that she has spilled over here in this country, man. All right. And I think in the King James reading, I tried to remember the district in New York where you can buy a whole bunch of these things that were named. And I think it's called the Diamond District. Okay, I'm still not sure. Again, you can put it on the comment board. All right, let's see. Verse 14 of Revelation chapter 18 in the Good News Translation. The merchants say to her, all the good things you longed to have, the merchants say to her, all the good things you longed to own have disappeared, and all your wealth and glamour are gone, and you will never find them again. The merchants who became rich from doing business in that city will stand a long way off because they are afraid of of sharing in her suffering. They will cry and mourn and say, how terrible, how awful for the great city. She used to dress herself in linen, purple and scarlet, and cover herself with gold ornaments, precious stones, and pearls. And in 1 hour she has lost all this wealth. All the ships, captains, and passengers, the sailors, and all others who earn their living on the sea stood a long way off and cried out as they saw the smoke from the flames that consumed her. There never has been another city like this great city. They throw dust on their heads. They cry and mourn, saying, how terrible, How awful for the great city. She is the city where all who have ships sailing the seas became rich on her wealth, and in 1 hour she has lost everything. Be glad, heaven, because of her destruction. Be glad, God's people and the apostles and prophets, for God has condemned her for what she did to you. Then a mighty angel picked up a stone the size of a large millstone and threw it into the sea, saying, "This is how the great city Babylon will be violently thrown down and will never be seen again. The music of harps and of human voices, of players of the flute and the trumpet, will never be heard in you again. No workman in any trade will ever be found in you again, and the sound of the millstone will be heard no more. Never again will the light of a lamp be seen in you. No more will the voices of bridges, or excuse me, I always keep saying that, man, bridges. Anyway, no more will the voices of brides and grooms be heard in you. Your merchants were the most powerful in all the world, and with your false magic you deceived all the peoples of this world. Babylon was punished because the blood of the prophets and of God's people was found in the city. Yes, the blood of all those who have been killed on earth. All right. No one is going to inhabit this place again. All right. This place is about to be laid flat. I just looked at some pictures of New York City. All right. And to me, it looks like a bunch of dominoes, man, just waiting to be pushed by this hot wind that's coming over here. All right. So, as all other cities are, all right. Every single city is going to be laid flat. All right. So call Halal Yahweh, Bahoshem, Yahweh Shai, Bahoshem, Rakaha, Quadash. Double honors to my elders, apostles, and the bishops of Great Millstone, or GMS for short. This is where I have learned this truth, and this is where I am still learning this truth. All right. And also shalom to the remnant and the elect of Israel. Lord willing, I'm of that number, and Lord willing, we will see you on the next video. Shalom.